Uh, hey there. Today we all are gathered here for the group discussion, and my name is Shivanjali, learning in class 9. And today's our GD topic is private schools education versus government school education. And I am in the favor of private schools education because of the regularity of the students as well as the teachers.
Okay. Hello friends, myself Furkan from the English speaking personality development of Vande Research Institute, and I am in the favor of private school, and I think that a private school is somehow better than the government school.
Hi, I'm Naitik and I am in the favor of government school education because government school education are affordable than private school education.
My name is Radha Khade. I agree with his point that government school is affordable by private schools, but private schools can teach and their level is too better than government school. So that's why.
Hello friends, good evening to one and present here. My name is Rahul Baisware, and today I am in favor with government education in school and colleges. Because I am with the government side because they provide the free education to every section of society. Means to every they in today's generation they are also constructing the government colleges or schools in every parts of country. Just like in northern part of states also there are not private colleges school, but they are constructing the government colleges and school. So that's the plus point of government school. So that's why I am in favor with government.
Good evening, friends. Myself Nishilati Mande, and I am in the class 10. And today we all are gathered here for the GD skill, that means group discussion. And our topic is about the private school education versus public school education, that means government school education. And I am in the favor of the private school education, as because of the infrastructure that is created by the private.
Okay, so hello everyone. Today we are gathered here for conducting the GD, and our today's GD topic is private school versus government school, and I am in the favor of private school because the mode of communication is only Hindi and English. And as we notice that at national level Hindi is spoken in our India, and if we want to share our views at international level, so English is very important. So I think that private school is better.
Yes, sir, I'm totally agree with you. And also, ma'am, before some time you said that the infrastructure of the private schools are more better. I'm totally agree with this point. As you observe the infrastructure of the government school, there are the low classroom, not proper blackboards, not proper toilets and washrooms, and not proper sanitary facilities. But in the private school, the special attention is given to that all those facilities. There is better washrooms, better sanitary facilities, better blackboards, and students are also getting interested and attracted towards this all facilities. And there is the regularity of the students in the private school. But due to such lower facilities in the government school, students are not interested to come to school on the daily basis.
As means if we talk about the infrastructure, so government school also have that much infrastructure, and our government is also trying to make government school best. And if we talk that private school are foreign countries, means taken by foreign countries, and all that money are sent to the foreigners, and foreigners are getting profit by that. So I think that government is better, and we must also empower our government. So that means they would make our government schools better, so that we would also take education from government.
So I totally agree with your point that infrastructure, sure. And sir, do you know that the most developed school in the world, means in most quantity, are of Delhi, sir? Because in Delhi students most go to Olympics, and that government school, do you know that so many facilities are there in Delhi? And if that Arvind Kejriwal sir will win, then the all will school they won in Punjab also, that then all the India school will develop. And in today's, do you know that in every government school there were CCTV cameras, but the government students are very naughty, so that's why they destroyed it. But in every the camera was there. I am just favoring the government school, not opposing it. So they destroyed, but that is not mistake of a government school or means government. That is a mistake of students. Students should realize they don't have the realization of study. So many students are there. So And do you know, ma'am, in the class I give you just for example, in a class there are 50 students in private school, on 30 students are in government school. You will ask how? Because the government average is 30 to 1 and private average is 50 to 1. And in that, ma'am, in that average is there and the average is there, ma'am. And in government school, that or in private school, the students are more, because in today's data means 2022, the government school has means 30% means 35% population of the students, and private school has 65% population.
Yes.
So, sir, let me complete my point, ma'am and sir. And ma'am, in that means how the private school have more students and the facilities are there. I agree in private school, but how can the students, the more population is there, and how can the students focus on? How can the teacher focus on the students? It is also a big point.
Sir, you said that the population in the private schools are more than the government school. But as the population is more, the students for getting the admission in the private school, they for getting the admission in private school, they have the school conducted the entrance test for the students. After that, if the student pass that test, then and then only the admission is done in the private school.
Yes.
So the quality of students is also good in the plus increasing population. The quality of students is also good
Yes.
in the class, and also they if the population is more, then the competition is also high in the private school, and the students are crazy to get the good marks in the exam. Also their results also increases, and teacher also focused on the students more.
And that ma'am you said about in government school, that in private school there is more competition. They came by the exam. Ma'am, do you know in India there is a rule that where there is a crowd, 80% crowd is of gossiping and for showing the crowd.
Yes.
Do you know? So there is a more crowd in private school. So there is a more naughty students, and the students they don't have brain. They are in private school, and private school students are egoists also.
Before some time you said about that about the students. Okay, students are breaking that CCTV camera. You said that in the government colleges or school. Okay, then that's not problem of a student. That all the problems about the criteria and the all the bad environment that is created by the students of the government one, because of the lack of discipline, because of the lack of stringent rules that have to follow for the teachers also as well as for the students also. So that's what you said, that I will not admit it.
Okay, you are saying about discipline. So I want to share my point about teachers. If we talk about the private schools, so many teachers are playing role of two subjects. Means they are teaching two subjects. Means for giving less money to the teachers, means the principals or the head of the school are not hiring more teachers. But in government school, every class has own teacher. So that's why means every student is focused by one teacher, and means there is, you said that there is no discipline. It's not at all, because our government is also trying to develop our India, and because of that many schools are well supplied with money, and
Yes.
means cameras are broken, so that camera are not broken, they can be replenished also.
Sir, you said about the teachers. So if the point comes of teacher, then I would like to add one point, that for getting the for being admitted in the government college, the teacher first needed to give the donation to the government school, and after that they are admitted to as a teacher in that school, and then also they are not getting their proper salary till 1 to 2 years it takes for coming that approval of being a teacher in that school. So this is the big disadvantage. We can say the disadvantages of the government school. And also you said that there is two subjects are taught by one single teacher. So if such a condition happens in the private school, then the students are knowing the teaching technique of a student, teaching technique of that teacher, and students are able to understand the concept more properly.
That if that graduated sir, that in only private school there are 20%, in government school 80%. Because why do you know? That's why the government students are be teaching properly. But all thing is there that that is a mistake of their parents, that government teachers' parents, that they are not focusing on them, because Do you know, ma'am? And that if that most of the PhD graduate teacher are there in the government school because the means do pension means salary do you got it is high. In private school there is a PhD teacher or teacher he only get a means 5 to 6 7 8 9 12,000 salary of monthly 12,000. So how will the teacher get interest from the means heart?
Okay.
But
So
let me
yeah,
complete my point. Let me complete my point. So how the teacher will get the interest from heart? But in government school, the teacher's salary is 70,000 or who are teaching 5 to 8, 70,000, 80,000 when he is going to retire. Means 1 lakh to 1 lakh 20,000, 30,000. The salaries are there in given in government school.
We talked about students. Until now we talked about only students. But if we want to compare any two things, so we have to judge by overall discussion. So until we talk about students only, but what about teachers? Teachers are not, as sir told that very less money is given, and if any teacher is teaching in government school, so after pension he is getting 50 to 60 lakhs for his means if anyone is not that that proper to earn money, so 50 to 60 lakh is given to him. And if there is any health problem relating to his children or his family, so government pay its all fee. So if we want to compare anything, so we have to judge by all our discussions. So I think that if we talk about teachers mindset, so government is better, and every person want to do job in government.
that in the private school they are getting the less salary as compared to the salary given to teachers in the government school. But I would like to say that if you ignore up to the salary, if you focus on the result of the students and the teaching of the private school, then it is more better in the private school, because the teachers are forced their more focus is on the result of the school, not in the salary of the teacher.
And do you know that in private school the teachers have side businesses? Means every private school teacher means only 12,000 salary is getting. In 12,000 is not sufficient to run the home, because a worker is also getting a 12,000, and the private school teachers means highest salary is your experience. Then you are getting 12,000. Otherwise 6 7. If you are experienced teacher, so you are getting only 12,000. That's why the private school teachers start their side businesses, and in that side businesses they don't get time to focus on the teaching and to do the study of the teaching. And that's why the private school, you are saying that good result, that private school are selected students, they are forced to be study.
Okay, I admit your point also, and sir your point also. As means overall you said about that the teachers are well developed in the government one than the private one. But according to me, that is not about yes, if they are well developed, but they are not utilizing it on the students. The students were addicted to the bad habits. They are addicted to the peer groups, whatever they had in the school and colleges, and indirectly they develop such a bad habits in them, and they will definitely damage their future.
Ma'am, I totally agree with the point. Do you know, ma'am, that most of the suicide cases and crime cases are from what? From private school. Do you know that?
Yes,
Yes, suicide cases, suicide
by
cases.
the stress given.
Sir, let me complete my point, sir, please. So that is from the private school. Do you know that most of the suicides use the pressure of the teacher and the everyday complaining of the teachers to parents. That's why so many students are suiciding. At least 10 lakh students suicide. One at 2021 is from private school. And do you know that private school teachers? You said about they got high salary. So why they will start their business?
Yes, you said then the stress given by their parents to the private students, the stress given by their parents, by their teachers, so they come towards the suicide. And in private there are various cases of bullying.
Sir,
They the students the students which have more ego, they injure the many students, and so that the bullying is happening in various cases.
Yes,
So
I do
I also
agree.
admit your point that but suicide is not the means it does yes it doesn't matter with this means with this discussion because actually the suicide is done by the private as well as the government also because we can't say that a government school means government schools do not have a pressurized, they have a pressurized of a peer group also, they have the pressurized of a teachers also because of what, because of the bad environment they have created, because of the lack of the discipline, and that is not a matters and that doesn't matter who suicide, that a private ones or a government one.
Okay.
So it totally the wrong one.
I am totally agree with you, but if I talk about the suicide cases, so the data is given that 7.2% is means suicide rate is 7.2% in private sector only due to the pressure. And my another point is that about the infrastructure, you said that the government infrastructure is not good compared to private. So I just want to say that we cannot judge a book by its cover. This just private sector, private schools are just making their buildings good and looking good. Means their infrastructure are looking good, but what happened inside that building we don't know. And on other hand, we are talking about government sector, then government schools are not taking the fees and they just provide you free education, free meal facility, free accommodation. And I already said about the Navodaya, Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya. And if you are saying that Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya are limited, then you know that how many districts are in India? There are 800 districts are in India, so there are 800 now JNV Vidyalayas are in India. And if you are saying that that is a problem, that no one can get a chance to study in Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya, so that's not a problem. That's the opportunity of students to go there by the entrance exam or interview. And if you are saying the exam about the teachers, so government teachers are most qualified than the private one because for if in any in government college 2 seats are vacant, then we see that for 2 seats many applicants are fighting for 2 seats. Means in government seats, if means I heard about that in my college also there was 2 seats was vacant, and at that time 500 applicants are applied for that job. So we can say that the 500 applicants fought for that job, and they had to give the screening test or the means interview. Teachers, the college also means to take their teaching skills, and that's why the teachers are going through that process. And after that means the teachers who are there, they are most qualified and most have their quality to express themselves and teaching skills.
I admit your point that you said about the Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya. Okay, but that is a competition about the thousands of students. Okay.
Thousand in lakhs of students.
Yes. Okay. Lakhs of students. In a means in the villages. Okay. In the towns and the cities, all are means trying to grab that opportunity and grab that seat. Vacancy. But how you know what the percentage of the rural areas, what the percentage of our deprived classes, they do not, yes, okay, if you know it's a good, then they also want that such a opportunity. But in that cases what happened, that lakhs of students are participate in that exam, but only 2 to 3 seats are there, and means other deprived classes students do not get that opportunity. So means what they can do, that deprived classes where they go.
I am totally agree with your point that Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya means I already said that there are 800 schools Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya, and with Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya, with that there are many schools is same like that, just like a Sainik School of Excellence. I don't know you heard about that School of Excellence Delhi, which is governed by the Ministry of Government and Government of Delhi, state government, and that is also Sainik Vidyalaya means, and there also the facilities are which means much more facilities are there. And you said that means lakhs of people are fighting for the seats. So yeah, you are correct that we are living in India, and we know that India is not a rich country. We know that what is the poverty rate in India today? It is up to the 30%, and it is only up to the register. Means in India there are also slum people in India there are very tribal people also they are living in India, and Nakshals also people are living in India. So they don't have Aadhaar card, so they don't register themselves. So the 30% poverty rate is just only in register. If I talk about the poverty rate in actual, then it's up to 50% in India. Means up to 75 crores are poor people in India. So you yesterday we said that in rural area the means you took a point of rural area. So in rural area there are not a private colleges. If you take example of Jamni, Alipur, and just like in just Wagoli, Nandgaon, there are not a private college, schools or colleges. They are only government colleges, and government made a good facilities college, just like Panchayat Samiti college, Nagar Parishad college, and you said that that college school is up to 7th standard only. So if student can't get a chance to study 7th standard, then why means how they study 8th standard? If student studies up to 7th standard, they can give the entrance test or merit test that, and they can do something better in their future. And if this type of schools are not mixed in rural area, then child labor rate is also be increasing, will increasing if these schools are not made in India and various parts. If in like northern.
So this time we completed our GD, and the result is that if we put our points, so in overall discussion many points are tilted towards the government schools. So I think that government schools are better.
So yeah, after overall discussion, I would like to conclude that the private schools, the facilities, plus the education, plus the discipline, high standard level. So from these all factors, I would like to say that the private schools are more better than the government
Ma'am,
schools.
by my opinion, that private school are better in that place and government school are better on their place.
Yes.
Because in private school are for rich people and government school are the
Everyone
people
will get
who are poor. So I think that the order to means both the schools are better on their place, because all knew that poor are so there are so many poor in India and they want government school.
Okay, I conclude by saying that because so many points are of government school, so I think that government school education is better than private school education.
As per all of these thinkings, I think that private schools are better because their hygienes and their buildings and all, the students are attracted towards that and they can able to. So that's why. So I think so that private schools are better.
According to me, the government schools are better because the quality means facilities which are provided in both the schools are same, but the difference is fees. But private schools are taking a huge amount of fees from the student, and this is same like that. I give the example that if you go in the one shop and there is two pen, one pen means both the pen of same quality or same ink or same company. One pen is of 5 rupees and one pen of 10 rupees. So which pen do you prefer? Only of course you prefer the 5 rupees pen. So this type of system is happening, and private schools are just doing like a business. So that's why the government schools are better.
In my view, the private school are better than government school because the government teacher also send their child to private school. So private school is better than government school.
I conclude my decision. In our GD, all points are in the favor of government school, so I feel government school is the better than private school.
Okay. After the overall discussion of our GD, that is the private and the government education, I would like to conclude it that private schools are better than the government one because of the infrastructure as well as the hygienic care of the student and the teachers as well the discipline maintained there and the good environment provided in the private.
So here we ended our GD.
Thank you.